You're watching Poland Daily Business, and we are still thinking and analyzing the President's Andrzej Duda of Poland visits in the United States, a part of the economical part of it, business part of it, and political part of it, basically bonding with Polish Americans. There is also another path that should be a little bit more researched. That is common values. The values shared between American conservatives, American Republican Party, American Christian, American Jews, American all other nations, nationalities that consider themselves conservative, and Polish Catholic conservative government in Poland. Apparently, the conservative values are giving the economical boost to the businesses. We can all see that. Whether this is coincidence or it's just happening, we don't know yet. Professor Zbigniew Krysiak, Warsaw School of Economics and Institute of Schumann Thought is our guest. Sir, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
The building on common values. We hear this over and over again from the United States and Poland. And is this in the opposition to this European ideological technocratic elites?
Yeah, it is, and I'm very lucky, that in that I'm in a point of time, there is a very good connection in understanding between Poland and Donald Trump on the values, I mean, the Europe was, turned to the very, the bad way, direction, ideological direction, proposed by Altiero Spinelli, a communist and neoliberal person who was as an aim to destroy the Christian values and as well, to remove all, churches from the, area, social activity at all. And in that moment, I think is a very good chance to come back to the Schuman idea of building a community of European nations. And I think this, understanding between Poland and the America on the values and the Christian fundaments is as well supporting, development of the Freezes project, because I think, that the Freezes project, it can basically go into direction to create a community of the Freezes nations, which can be a very good prototype for the community of European nations. So this way, as a kind of a method, can be, basically stop this, wrong direction to create from the Europe a super state, which was contradicted by Robert Schuman. The super state was going, to destroy, any national values, any patriotism, any, conscience of a country and your roots as important values from your entire life.
Isn't that ironic that John Paul II in 1980s was saying about Europe as an organism consisting of two lungs, and breathing was also only possible by two lungs. And right now we have the one part of Europe that is walking away from the founding values of the Christian religion. They are adopting this technocratical approach. They are kind of upstanding from the support for local Christians in order to maintain the local Muslim population, and they also are low economical growth, the economical problems, huge unemployment. Even in Germany, few of those who came in the recent 5 years attempted to work because they live on welfare. And you have this eastern part of Europe that is still very much industrial, that is very much busy, low unemployment and maybe lower income, but we are trying to share it more, spread this income and make it more just for the lower strata of the society. I think this is unexpected development.
Yeah, it's very good that you refer to that, what John Pope II said about, the two lungs, breathing, the east part and the west part. And, nowadays, America, Donald Trump, seems to be a kind of a doctor who is just, trying to support both parts, the undeveloped, the east part, and the Frisies and the community of the Frisies nations seems to be a kind of a symbol of this east, lung, and the western part is as well a little bit bankrupted or destroyed. And, talking about that, it's my pleasure to remind about the President Lincoln. President Lincoln basically was as well cited by Robert Schuman. Why? Because President Lincoln wasn't a believer, but he was frequently going to the church. And once he was asked by his friend, why you are going to the church? Because you are not a believer. He said, I am going to the church to understand my people who I am gathering, because he respected very much the Christian values, and he was very much aware about how important are values, Christian values, to run the country, to develop the country. And I think that the President Trump is to some certain extent the person who understands. It doesn't matter how he is inside very much believer, but he understands that if you destroy, these fundamentals of Christian, you are going to destroy the country.
Do we have a chance to spread this understanding to Great Britain, France, Norway, Sweden?
Yes, so me as a president of the Institute of Schumann Thought, I am just visiting very frequently currently, talking about the Robert Schumann. And, basically that what Robert Schumann was thinking about, he was not just, acting, he was not acting towards to push people to the church. He was just acting to remind that, the universal values are very much indeed important for a very efficient model of the social activity and as well the economic activity. For instance, let me remind my speech, my talk with an ambassador of Norway in Poland. So when Norway is not in the European Union, so he said, we don't like, to join European Union, but we like to join to the Schuman Europe, to the community of European nations. So Norway is, as you know, not that country which is much believers, but they, respect the importance and respect and understand the importance of the Christian value to build the society and the healthy economy.
Well, let's hope this understanding will become much more widespread than it is now. Sir, thank you very much for this comments.
Thanks a lot.
Professor Zbigniew Krysiak, Warsaw School of Economics and Institute of Schumann Thought was our guest.